really important to understand the context of what was going on at that time. In 1991, a young man called Roland Adams was killed in Thamesmead. That was a racist murder. Then 1992, Rohit Dougal, Asian young man, was killed in Eltham. And then Stephen was killed. So you have to understand that the context of being a young black man in South East London at that point, we were running for our lives on a daily basis. Stephen died in April 1993. January 1993, I almost died in a racist attack not far from where he was killed. So just to give you an idea, it was really hard. And I remember our parents saying, which you wouldn't really get now, is it's better that you walk in a group of people, walk with 5 or 6 of your friends. Now that would have been called a gang in today's kind of day and age, but what we're talking about at that point was more protection and preservation. It's like, okay, you need to look after yourself. So from a teenage perspective, it was a very scary time. I never had any issues with people who looked like me. It was always issues with younger white boys.
Wow. And Jacqueline, I know that you mentioned, your family as well experiencing some of this as well. Do you want to share a little bit about your context too?
Yes, ours was a little bit different. He was shot in a club. He was with his family and we didn't know that he had been shot because there had been no beef, no arguments or anything. And actually when they went to move him, he actually ended up paralysed. The bullet actually split the spinal cord. But the response from the police was to raid the homes of his friends, therefore alienating them, not making them want to speak to the police and be involved in any sort of inquiry. And his eyes are closed now and we have no resolution. We never got to the bottom of what happened in that incident. And I think that the New Cross fire is another example of that, because they were in that area and around that time. And these are just things, so as Ben was saying, you have to know the context within these things were happening, which is why, for me, Doreen Lawrence and her husband taking on the mantle that they took on and pushing this at great personal cost to themselves is incredible and cannot be overstated.